Now we are looking at the buyer of a put option profile. So this is a buyer of a put option. So what you can see here, as similar to the call option, on the x-axis we have the price of the asset, and on the y-axis we have the profit and loss. In the middle there is a zero line, and anything above the zero line is profit, and anything below the zero line is a loss. Now let's consider our car example. When we bought insurance and we paid a premium of $1,000 for this car, so this dotted line is the $20,000 line. And when we paid a premium of $1,000, that is going to be this amount right there. So we immediately go down by that amount. So we are starting off at a $1,000 loss because we've paid that premium. The seller has that money and there's nothing we can do about it. The transaction is over and we've paid the premium. So strictly again, speaking from a financial standpoint, if we wanted to come out ahead on this option, then we're looking at a break even of 19,000 right here. So this point will be 19,000. Remember, the dotted line is 20,000. Over here, the x-axis starts at 0, and this is 19,000. So if the value of the car goes down below 19,000, perhaps it went down to 15,000 on one accident, perhaps it went down to $10,000 on a bigger accident, or maybe it went down to 0 and the car got totaled. Whatever the case might be, we stand to gain from this option only after it crosses the $19,000 mark. And you can see at 19,000 we break even, and now we are in the profit zone. Anything above the zero line is a profit zone. So all of this is a profit zone. So that's how we have to look at a put option buyer's profile. And whenever you see put options on the real platform also, if you're a buyer, you're going to see this kind of a profile. The profits are going to accumulate if the stock or the asset goes down in value. Just to recall the call option, in the call option we had a flat line here, and the call option had unlimited profits towards the right side on the top. Whereas in the put option, you're going to have unlimited profits, but capped at 0 on the left side here. So this is the risk graph of a put buyer. So if you buy a put option, this is what it looks like. So what I want to do now is to look at the expiry and settlement procedures. Again, this is very similar to the call options. Both buyer and seller must close their positions by the expiry date. Closing positions can be done by exercise or by cash. So now we are mostly talking about the financial markets here. All extrinsic value in a put option will go to 0 at expiry because there's no more time left. Therefore, extrinsic value, which is also called the time value, is going to go down to 0. If an option is in the money, it will have some intrinsic value. Buyer can sell this option and capture that intrinsic value. If buyer wants to exercise their option to sell the stock at a certain price, then the seller is obligated to buy it. And both buyer and seller can close their positions at any time in a real options market. Now, in summary, a put option gives the buyer the right to sell the stock at a certain price, which is called the strike price, and the seller has the obligation to buy the stock. Buyer pays premium and has an unlimited profit profile, which is only capped by 0. So the stock can at most fall to 0. So that is where the put option has maximum value. The seller receives the premium and their profits are limited to the premium. So think about the insurance company. They took $1,000 as premium from you, and that is their maximum profit. They cannot have a profit more than that. And that's how you look at the buyer and seller profile in the case of put options. Now, in the next section, we are going to go to the real platform, and this is when I think most of your questions on put options are going to get clarified at this point. Many concepts in put options are not totally intuitive because As human beings, we are not tuned to think in this bearish manner. But once you look at the option chain, and I'm going to explain to you, the option chain on the put side is also a little harder to grasp. And so I'm going to spend some time and explain the put option layout on the platform. Thank you.